Here's a quick video on how to build a Canoe Polo helmet. So we've got a white CPS standard length helmet here, and we've got a face guard from CPS as well. The bolts are already on the face guard, usually when delivered, with 3 spaces. We've got the foam for the inside of the helmet, a 6mm drill bit, a drill, a pair of scissors, and lastly a permanent marker, fine tip, just for marking up the helmet. So the first thing to do is just to take the bolts off the helmet. You can see each comes with 3 spaces minimum, and you just want to put those to one side and make sure that they're safely stored until you're ready to use them later on. Then we want to place the helmet on the head of the user and line up the face guard. So here we're looking for no gap between the face guard and the top of the helmet, making sure it's in the midline of the face, down the nose, and suitably away from the face in terms of where the helmet is positioned. And we're just going to mark up the middle bolt first. So now that that's done, we're going to drill the middle bolt before we do anything else. So as I said, 6mm drill bits. These are actually diamond tipped drill bits. They're drilled initially at an angle. They're quite cheap on Amazon, but any 6mm drill bit will do. I'll put a link below. And you just want to drill through the helmet. It's better if you have someone to hold it for you to help you with this, rather than how I've done it here. Once that top hole is drilled, we're going to attach the helmet in the middle. So just loading up a bolt here with 3 of the spaces. And then once those are on, the bolt will go inside the helmet. It's the flat part of the bolt that's going inside, and just pushing that through the hole there. You can then line up the middle of the helmet and grab the bolt to top to attach. So these CPS bolts are great. They screw into each other, so they're quite easy to do. I'm just doing it by hand here. The outside bolt is the one that has the flat groove in it that you can tighten up later on using a flathead screwdriver. So now that that is attached, what we're going to do is put the helmet back on the head here of Isaac for his helmet. And just make sure that the face guard is lined up correctly. So again, no gaps, it's flush across the ridge of the helmet there, and then mark up the bolts on either side. And by doing it this way, it means that there's no drift between all 3 of the holes. There's a point of reference for the middle hole that will stay in place. And now what I'm going to do is just move the face guard over to one side. It moves relatively easily because it's not been tightened fully. And now I can drill the hole on one side of the helmet, move the face guard over to the other side, drill the other hole, and then repeat the process of attaching the bolts. So we're going to move on to attaching the foam for the inside of the helmet here. You're going to want to cut kind of 2-inch strips effectively, and we're aiming for what looks like the inside of this helmet. You can pause the video here to have a look at it if you want to. But you'll see as this helmet's being padded out, we're cutting those strips, they're kind of 2-inch sizes, and then padding them against the helmet or on top of each other to build depth. So here you can see this padding against the back, the front, on the sides, and on the very top of the helmet, padding onto padding as well if required, but leaving channels for airflow and water flow as well. And what we're aiming for is a helmet that doesn't move in any direction forward or back or side to side. So you can see this is quite firmly attached on Isaac's head, and he's very happy about it. So that's the helmet practically done at that stage. You obviously need to tighten up the bolts, but the last thing to do is you can adjust the ear straps and the strap that goes around the head or under the chin. And you can either cut this and seal it using a lighter, or you can actually just tuck it back in at the top here as shown. Hope you enjoy your helmet.